my brain used to think that कि why should I study? Like I studied so much chemistry, कभी
Mhm.
यूज थोड़ी ना हो रहा है. मैं पूरा टेक्स्ट बुक उठा के बैठती थी. Like जब एग्जाम आता था, I used to like study the textbooks,
Mhm.
get good marks in my later years. So that was how it went. So I don't recommend it to anybody. I met one person who had been to, like she was 16 years old, had been across the globe teaching in association with Japan and India. Bed bugs the, cockroaches the.
Mhm.
It was a difficult time for 3 months when I started, but that was also the time when I grew the most. You have to be attention seeker. You can't be shy कि नहीं अभी मेरा प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना, अभी मेरे में ये फीचर नहीं है, मैं कैसे बताऊं. You have to be shameless. You have to go out to people and say, hey, मेरे पास ये है, try it out. Why don't you check this? Why don't you check this?
Hello everyone. Today we have with us Srushti. She's a junior from my college, and she had got on-campus placement at Juniper, and later on she joined a startup quickly, and she got elevated to co-founder level very soon. And recently she has started her own company as a founder, and today she's here with us to share with us her whole journey and how was her experience. Hi Srushti, welcome.
Yeah, hi Shashank. I'm a junior of Shashank's. I've studied at BBB College Hubli, and I was a software developer by profession before, and now I run my own company.
So we can you can start with the journey and tell us how it was.
Okay, so my journey, I would say I would start from college. So first year was very bad because I was just out of PUC and too much stress. In school, I was a person who used to captain a lot of teams, who used to talk a lot, have a friend. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get that back, and my CGPA dropped to near six.
Mm-hmm.
And I was quite a studious person, so I did not care. I joined a lot of clubs. I made a lot of friends, and then in
Mm-hmm.
second year, I like branch entry happened, so I started enjoying computer science a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At that time itself, my brain used to think that why should I study? Like I studied so much chemistry, कभी
Mm-hmm.
use थोड़ी ना हो रहा है. I've studied so
Mm-hmm.
much history, कभी use थोड़ी ना हो रहा है. Why should I simply sit? But computer
Right.
science I could make a correlation कि
Ah.
something I code that comes on the platform, okay, और इसको लोग use करते हैं और ऐसे इसका
Mm.
business बनता है. So that made sense to me. So I
Mm.
started, and I got a really nice like professor Prakash
Mm.
Hegde, under
Mm.
whom I like got into competitive programming and
Mm.
DSA. And it was like good 3 years of learning a lot of new technology, doing a lot
Mm.
of competitive coding on a lot of platforms, participating in a lot of hackathons, and getting
Mm.
to know about a lot of technology. And that was my 3 years. And I did
Mm.
not have a lot of exposure to anything outside coding. Like I was very restricted to gaining the knowledge. Like even with
Mm.
other languages like operating systems, networkings, मैं पूरा टेक्स्ट बुक उठा के बैठती थी. Like जब एग्जाम आता था, I used to like study the textbooks,
Mm.
get good marks in my later years. So that was how it went. So I don't recommend it to anybody.
Okay.
At that time, I did not ever know at second year कि गूगल में internship कर सकते हैं second year में. I thought कि
Mm.
internships क्या IIT वालों को मिलते होंगे. I don't know.
Mm.
And coming to fourth year, I realized कि यार when finally started to open job pages, I realized कि गूगल में भी internship होते हैं second year वाले बच्चों को. I was surprised कि मैं भी कर
Right.
लेती what was remaining.
Right.
उसके बाद in my company itself, we hire people from first year, second year. At that point in time, मेरा pocket money बहुत कम था. I would have loved if somebody would have paid me to take some of my skills. मैं मुफ्त में कितने सारे projects बना रही थी. किसी के
Mm.
लिए बना लेती. So I have hired so many people now. So I
Mm.
feel कि that gap was there. कि there was, and it was not intern चाला था. There were so many
Mm.
platforms available.
Mm.
LinkedIn था. I did not leverage because I did not have anybody to look up to in my college. मेरे
Mm.
कॉलेज में जो था, एज आई सेड, एक ब्रांच था जो कि बस प्लेस हो जाए कहीं पे, एंड देन
Mm.
वाला अदर ब्रांच की कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग करो, अच्छी सी नौकरी लग जाएगी, यू गेट अ नाइस जॉब.
Mm.
So that was the second branch. So and that was the elite branch. So for me, I was like, let's be part of the elite branch. Let's learn all this. Let's get placed in a good company.
Mm.
बट ओवरऑल बैक ऑफ द माइंड, जब छोटे से बच्चे बची थी मैं, तब से आई वाज की हाँ बिजनेस करना है, बिजनेस करना है. दैट मेड सेंस टू मी. लाइक आई हैड अ स्मॉल साइबर कैफे आई वाज
Mm.
रनिंग व्हेन आई वाज 14 years old. तो
Mm.
from there itself I used to, like, I did not know what Forbes and all existed, but I used to like write number one business woman. That used to be how I
Okay.
like Like
हाँ,
people used to play kitchen kitchen, that is how I used to play.
हाँ,
मुझे
हाँ,
बस पसंद था, but I had no exposure कि
हम्म,
कैसे करते हैं. So in my mind I was कि पहले I'll do my plan after engineering was कि I'll complete engineering, I'll do a job for good 2 3 years, I'll do MBA in a college abroad,
हम्म,
and then from there I'll work with the company for a few years, and then
हम्म,
I'll have enough knowledge and some good 10 years of experience to start my
हम्म,
own company. I thought it takes all this to start my own company.
हम्म,
And post that I somehow made a friend again thanks to being online who was already in the startup ecosystem, and he
हम्म,
was just like a year older than me, and he was from a premium institute. I was fascinated. मुझे
हम्म,
लगता था बस आईआईटी एनआईटी के लोग अलग ही दुनिया से पैदा होते हैं, like,
हम्म,
and they are different itself because the way the opportunities they get, the things they talk of. Like somewhere I had read that they used to go to South Korea for in their third year for an internship. I thought कि ये
हम्म,
हमारे बस की बात नहीं है. But then I
हम्म,
was talking to this person, interacting, I realized कि नहीं, these are also humans, and they
हम्म,
are, and I told him कि चलो मैं join करती हूँ तुम्हारी company. At
हम्म,
this point, my job in my company had become redundant. कि
हम्म,
पूरे एक वीक का काम मैं 4 5 घंटे में करके I used to just sit, and it was very difficult for me to wake myself up to the
okay,
job.
okay,
And I did not find like a lot of पर्पस नहीं मिला कि मैं क्यों
हम्म,
करूँ ये काम, वो
हम्म,
पर्पस का कमी था. एंड देन आई गॉट हियर दैट in let's say 2 weeks of joining the startup I gave my papers,
हम्म,
and just to say उसके पहले I was preparing to switch my company क्योंकि
हम्म,
internship का phase था. उसके
हम्म,
बाद I was preparing to switch, and I was in second stage एक Amazon में, और in
हम्म,
final stage American Express में. I was in good shape with a lot of companies and Risha.
हम्म,
And then I decided कि नहीं startup करते. I started enjoying. I gave my papers. I started working full time. तो तभी
हम्म,
मेरा बैंक बैलेंस कुछ ऐसा 6 मंथ के लिए मैं खुद को सस्टेन कर सकूँ उतना बैंक बैलेंस था. And the
okay,
startup was not big because it was not making any money itself. तो
हम्म,
माय प्लान वाज कि 6 मंथ्स में तो मैं कैसे भी करके कमा ही लूँगी या फिर ये
हम्म,
स्टार्टअप ही कमा लेगा. बट दैट
हम्म,
अपैरेंटली डिड नॉट हैपन.
हम्म,
एंड देन आई डिसाइडेड कि जो स्टार्टअप में मैं काम कर रही थी उसका बिजनेस मॉडल मुझे आई स्टार्टेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि क्या क्या होता है. एंड
हम्म,
इन दिस टाइम बहुत सारा एक्सपोजर मिला. लाइक आई वेंट ऑन लिंक्डइन, आई स्टार्टेड सर्चिंग फॉर पीपल. आई फाउंड पीपल हु आर लाइक 19 ईयर्स ओल्ड, बड़े बड़े कंपनी बना रहे हैं. आई
हम्म,
स्टार्टेड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि सैस क्या होता है, सीरीज फंडिंग क्या होता है, वेंचर
हम्म,
कैपिटल क्या होता है.
हम्म,
These terms started to sound real to me because I
हम्म,
was also attending conferences. So
हम्म,
thanks to the ecosystem, there was a way कि ये करो फिर ये करो फिर ये करो. वरना
हम्म,
सडनली तुम 20 ईयर ओल्ड को बताओगे नहीं कंपनी बनानी है, यू हैव नो आइडिया.
हम्म,
बट ये ऑनलाइन जो मैंने कम्युनिटी बनाई अपने दोस्तों की, तो मुझे समझ
हम्म,
में आया कि हाँ ऐसे ऐसे होता है. देन आई डिसाइडेड कि तब मुझे पता चला कि दुनिया में लोग बहुत सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं और मैंने
हम्म,
कॉलेज में मैंने कुछ देखा ही नहीं है. And I
हम्म,
started to meet people. I met one person who had been like she was 16 years old, had been across the globe teaching in association with Japan and India. A person who was doing crazy stuff, traveling all across Europe, establishing
हम्म,
startups. Person working with PMO, and all these are very young people below 25. I realized कि बहुत कुछ हो रहा है दुनिया में जो तुम्हें
हम्म,
पता भी नहीं है. So I made
हम्म,
conscious effort कि to connect with people, to understand कि होता ही क्या है.
हम्म,
आई रियलाइज्ड कि बहुत टैलेंटेड लोग होते हैं एंड
हम्म,
स्पेशली इन माय कॉलेज लाइक इट्स अ बॉक्स. वी
हम्म,
डोंट नो. माय कॉलेज हैज रियली टैलेंटेड पीपल बट दे डोंट
हम्म,
हैव द एक्सपोजर. एंड आई
हम्म,
थिंक दैट इज देयर प्रीमियम कॉलेजेस हेल्प यू. दे जस्ट टेल
हम्म,
यू कि ये होता है. फॉर
हम्म,
एग्जाम्पल इफ यू आर फ्रॉम अ प्रीमियम कॉलेज यू नो कि
हम्म,
प्रोबेबली पोलैंड में फिनलैंड में यू आर गेटिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर रिसर्च एंड स्कॉलरशिप.
हम्म,
एंड हमारे कॉलेज में कौन ही बताएगा. एंड इन
हम्म,
प्रीमियम कॉलेजेस अगेन यू हैव दी स्टार्टअप इवेंट्स जहाँ पे दे फंड यू लाइक इन लैक्स ऑफ मनी टू बिल्ड योर ओन
हम्म,
प्रोडक्ट.
हम्म,
तो दे टेक यू फ्रॉम एमवीपी टू समथिंग.
हम्म,
That exposure is what the premium colleges provide. I decided कि नहीं नहीं, I'll
हम्म,
provide it for myself. So
हम्म,
and then I figured out कि okay I can do business in game based learning because I came from a background. My parents run schools, so
हम्म,
I was designing curriculum with them. तो I
हम्म,
decided कि मेरी जॉब में जो वो मिसिंग था कि
हम्म,
मुझे I'll tell you क्या कैंपस प्लेसमेंट में they made us play a work simulation. because of that I noticed the nature of the work, and मुझे वहीं पे समझ आ गया कि this is not my job. And I quit
Okay.
in the first round. I told them I don't want to take this, does not look me.
Hmm.
But in the company I joined, they painted a different picture. और उसके
Hmm.
बाद एंगेजमेंट भी नहीं था कंपनी में. There was no formal training. They painted
Hmm.
a different picture. There was no mentoring. I noticed a lot of gaps in corporate. And then
Hmm.
in the company I was working, they were addressing these through games and different kind of solutions. I felt
Hmm.
कि there is an actual need. मैंने problem खुद face करा है क्योंकि for good 8 months I was like
Hmm.
नहीं, I don't want to wake up today. I don't want to work today. Like first 3 months को छोड़ दो, because until I
Hmm.
understood what is happening, I was happy. But I
Hmm.
I felt that pain point,
Hmm.
and then at one point in time I wanted to switch, but 6 months का जो मेरा balance था, वो it
Hmm.
was almost going. I had
Okay.
like 10-15 thousand in my bank account, but
Uh-huh.
I just and it was I had put in my papers to register for the new company I wanted to. I told my
Hmm.
previous company I'm switching, and one of the partners there wanted to join me. So we
Hmm.
decided we'll start something new together, and मेरे पास registration करने के भी पैसे नहीं थे. Like if I
Hmm.
give in that money, and both of us ने थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसे निकाल के दे दिए. And from the what I was in Dharwad, वहाँ से startup चलाना is difficult because
Hmm.
startups run on network.
Hmm.
For example, if you're starting a D2C brand, you have to know कि community बनाना है. Community बनाने के लिए वेब पेज पे तुम्हें पिक्सल डालना था कि तुम्हें
Hmm.
एकदम minute डिटेल्स जो तुम्हें अकेले बैठ के नहीं कभी नहीं पता चलेगा.
Hmm.
So for that, I just took a leap of faith. I said कि 10,000 रुपए है, you can just survive for 1 month.
Hmm.
Just go to Bangalore. I booked a PG online, and I
Hmm.
just came to Bangalore.
Hmm.
And I booked the cheapest PG possible in a far off electronic city. And it
Uh-huh.
was a pathetic 6 months. Like
Uh,
parents को नहीं बताया क्योंकि they were like मेरा business join कर लो, मेरा business join कर लो.
uh,
तो उनको नहीं बता सकते थे. तो I
hmm.
could not take financial help from them also. They were like bed bugs थे, cockroaches थे.
Hmm.
It was a difficult time for 3 months when I started, but that was also the time when I grew the most.
Hmm.
From there and we got clients. तो बहुत सारे लोगों से बात किया. Like जितने लोग
Hmm.
होंगे मेरे इंडस्ट्री में, in 2-3 months probably everybody knew कि हाँ मेरा company exist करता है. You have to be attention seeker. You can't be shy कि नहीं, अभी मेरा प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना, अभी मेरे में ये फीचर नहीं है, मैं कैसे बताऊं. You have to be shameless. You have to go out to people and say, hey, मेरे पास ये है, try it out. Why don't you check this? Why don't you check this? Started doing that. I got some really good well paying clients, and from Northern America. और फिर उसके बाद इंडिया में भी थोड़ा एक्सपांशन हुआ ऐसे. एंड नाउ वी आर एट अ स्टेज की हाँ चलो, मेरा एक प्लान था कि ये आई डू इट फॉर गुड 5-6 months. इफ इसका कुछ नहीं हो रहा तो माई एग्जिट प्लान वाज एमबीए कर लेते, एंड वहां से आई फिगर आउट. दैट वाज द कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क आई टुक. ऐसे नहीं कि मैंने रैंडमली अपने पेपर्स प्ले कर दिए. इट
Hmm.
वाज देयर वाज अ कैलकुलेशन. थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हुआ बट इट थिंग्स
Some
वर्कड
safety
आउट.
net will be there.
या सो माय सेफ्टी नेट वाज एमबीए कर लेते हैं, या फिर आई हैड
Hmm.
दैट सम मनी.
Hmm.
इवन माय लिविंग जॉब मुझे पता था कि 6 मंथ्स में तो मैं कुछ फिगर आउट कर ही लूंगी,
Hmm.
कि ये नहीं तो मैं दूसरे जॉब को ही ले लूँगी. तो दैट
Hmm.
वाज़ देयर. सो इट वाज़ नॉट रैंडम, बट नाउ आई एम एट अ प्लेस वेयर आई कैन से हाँ, आई डोंट नीड अ सेफ्टी नेट. आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट कि दिस विल वर्क.
Hmm.
A place, but still a very early stage, a lot to grow, a lot to learn.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the key takeaway I can get is like only thing that is limiting people is their own thoughts and limitation. Like I'm from such a so and so college, so probably I won't get such opportunities. But it's just a matter of networking well and going out there and finding out opportunities. So one of the challenges I can see here is nowadays a lot of noisy information is there. Like people just based on some experiences say these kind of opportunities are there, but it turns out it's very rare or something. So how do people navigate the noise and find really quality information and the content?
I would say LinkedIn. Like, just follow people, like Google stuff, follow people, and just don't read posts. Ask, connect to people on LinkedIn. Tell them, can you come on a one-on-one call with me? I have doubt, and you won't
Hmm.
believe how friendly people are on LinkedIn. Like, all my
Right.
business initially was done through LinkedIn. तो पहले
Hmm.
कुछ network नहीं होता तो कैसे? तो
Hmm.
people are very friendly on LinkedIn, and they give you a lot of information. So
Hmm.
just connect with people, talk to them, and you have that human filter कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है. तो it
Hmm.
works out like that.
Right. Right. So how would you, suggest juniors, like, when they have a dilemma whether to go for a job or higher studies or start their own startup? What are some trade-offs or important parameters or criteria they should consider before deciding?
Yeah. Uh, I would say this is पहली बात तो तुम this is a very serious decision you have to take for yourself,
Hmm.
and the answer is different for everybody. I will
Hmm.
not say कि ये करो, but I'll say कि process क्या है decide करने का. The
Hmm.
process, at least for me, which is true, इसके सारे external influencers निकाल दो
Hmm.
and just think कि what will make you happy. Where
Hmm.
is it that you want to be? If
Hmm.
staying with the family with a high paying job or with whatever, with a good quality job makes you happy, then do that. And if
Hmm.
going to USA will give you a quality of life which you want, then go there. But just don't mask yourself. Say for example, you want to start up, but तुम्हें पता नहीं है, या फिर you want to go to higher studies, but कैसे करते हैं तुम्हें पता नहीं है. There are a lot of fears we have by ourselves. So overcome those fears you have for
Hmm.
yourself. Like they are self induced, या फिर हमें कुछ मिथ्स होते हैं कि मैं शायद ये ना कर पाऊँ, मैं शायद ये ना कर पाऊँ. ऐसे कुछ डिसाइड मत करो, जस्ट चूज कि व्हाट इज इट दैट जो तुम्हें बहुत
Hmm.
हैप्पी बनाएगा, फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंगली तुम चूज करो.
Right. So, in the situation, let's say some student during engineering or college itself decides that he wants to go for a startup. What are some suggestions or tips that you want to give them?
So if you're in engineering and from a tech background, I do recommend कि do get a strong hold of whatever your like mechanical or computer science जो भी है उसका बहुत strong hold रखो and say no to nothing in college. This is one mantra. I had
Mm-hmm.
a lot of opportunities I said no to. I thought कि नहीं मेरे एग्जाम आ रहे हैं, मेरे नेक्स्ट वीक में माइनर है, so I will not do this. I'll not join this club. I'll not do this. That is the last thing you should be doing. You have
Hmm.
time for everything.
Hmm.
Just do it. Like it is not going to matter if you study for 1 week less and you get 2 marks less.
Hmm.
It's not going to matter as much as not missing out on that experience. So say no to
Hmm.
nothing. Apply in multiple places. Try to create opportunities for yourself and start up. I would say use a platform called Internshala and LinkedIn to reach out to people. A lot of internships are there and do a lot of internships in startups. Pehle do in corporates, do in startups. So you will understand ki what is the ecosystem. And just start something on your own. You need not
Hmm.
even register it.
Hmm.
पूरा there is no need to follow the process कि MVP बनाओ कोड करो, just sell something. You made a
Hmm.
small software, sell it and
Hmm.
network with people. At least लोगों को बताओ कि हाँ मैंने बनाया है, देखो आके. See how they
Hmm.
respond. That is what students would do, and internships are the way to
Hmm.
go.
Okay. Yeah, but there
Yeah.
is, we can say a limit, right? Like if you are exploring a lot and exploring the breadth, sometimes they fall short in going in depth in some things. So, like as you said, of technical stuff, whatever they have, the fundamentals, they have to ensure that. Along with that, like, should they have some limit of exploration? Like, even if we try to make best use of time, like, is there something like overdoing?
No, I say because I would my answer would be different if somebody in their 30s or late 20s is asking me this question.
Hmm.
But in early teenagers and early 20s,
Hmm.
explore as much as you want. For example, मैंने कितना सारा ऑपरेट किया, नेटवर्किंग पढ़ा है, like micro controllers पढ़ा है. I
Hmm.
at least spent good 100 hours studying those controllers and stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm using it nowhere.
Hmm.
It would have
Right.
rather been used in exploring the breadth
Hmm.
of the
Hmm.
subject. So there is nothing as breadth. Say for example, if today I decide ki I want to do something in Web3, I'll just go
Hmm.
online, pick up a course, and learn that in next 2 months. So you
Hmm.
can always go deep,
Hmm.
but college is the time you should go wide.
Hmm.
s- Is what I
Right,
do.
right.
So,
Yeah, I think as long as we're ensuring we learn just enough to clear the course and to
yeah,
get a degree, we have to limit ourselves to that much and explore more.
yeah.
Right. So, in general, in terms of engineering or career, are there some important learnings that you think will be helpful to share to the juniors?
Uh, yeah, I would say कि just be true to yourself. And if you want to give, though I might tell कि explore करो, network करो, in my head I understand कि explore करने का मतलब ये होता है. And ये ऐसे ऐसे करते हैं because I have been through the process, I have done it. For
Hmm.
somebody sitting in my college, he'll not understand. Explore मतलब क्या? He will कि हाँ मैं mechanical के building में जाऊँ, मैं architecture के building में जाऊँ. they won't understand what
Hmm.
explore means. So,
Hmm.
if you want to give me in particular terms, I would say ki, get at least three internships, one in a big firm and two in startups. When I say
Hmm.
startups, be careful about the kind of make sure that there are other people in the ecosystem who are
Hmm.
supporting and they have paying clients. Not कि
Hmm.
हाँ दो लोग में मिलके तुम्हें unpaid internships को I don't prefer going to unpaid internships.
Hmm.
Everything work you do should be paid. Take paid internships in startups or
Hmm.
do one. एंड ओके, एक और मिथ भी है, हमारे कॉलेज में जो है छोटे छोटे स्टार्टअप्स खुद के बनते रहते
Hmm.
हैं एंड दोस फाउंडर्स आर वेरी फ्रीबल, लाइक वेरी फिकल माइंडेड. एक दिन
Hmm.
करेंगे, नेक्स्ट दिन उनका प्रोडक्ट बदल गया,
Hmm.
तो
Hmm.
दैट दैट कंट्रीब्यूशन डज नॉट काउंट क्योंकि
Hmm.
द फाउंडर्स देमसेल्व्स डोंट हैव एक्सपोजर. तो आई वुड से
Hmm.
कि बीबीबी वाले स्टार्टअप्स में मत करो, अपने कॉलेज वाले स्टार्टअप्स में मत करो. ट्राई टू
Hmm.
फाइंड सम मेन स्ट्रीम स्टार्टअप विच हैज
Hmm.
गुड
Good learning
फॉलोइंग,
on. Yeah.
गुड लर्निंग. तो डू थ्री इंटर्नशिप्स, एक बड़े वाले कंपनी में करना लाइक अमेजोन, फ्लिपकार्ट या
Hmm.
जो भी इन्फोसिस, जो भी मेन स्ट्रीम कॉर्पोरेशंस में, एंड टू इन मेन स्ट्रीम स्टार्टअप्स.
Hmm. Right. So, any other myths or engineering do's and don'ts that you want to suggest?
मिथ दिस कि मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है.
Hmm.
In engineering, that's the biggest myth. Like you have time for everything,
Hmm.
and you don't have time. बन जाता है. Like even if you
Hmm.
don't have time, बन जाता है. You want to join the aero खेलने club, join करो.
Hmm.
But ऐसे नहीं कि ओवर लाइक ड्रामा क्लब तुमने ज्वाइन किया, यू रियलाइज किया इट्स नॉट टेकिंग मी एनीवेयर, ड्रॉप इट. बट
Hmm.
डोंट स्टॉप फ्रॉम एक्सप्लोरिंग. द मिथ इज टाइम नहीं है इज अ मिथ. जस्ट डू इट, टाइम बन जाएगा. एंड
Right.
टू
Right.
मच फोकस ऑन माइनर्स, लाइक अभी भी मुझे लगता है कि इतना सा लाइक फ्रॉम 2 वीक्स बिहाइंड इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं थी.
Hmm.
सो आई फील कि थोड़ा कम स्ट्रेस पढ़ाई पे, थोड़ा ज्यादा स्ट्रेस एक्सप्लोरिंग पे.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all the things we had planned for this session. So it
Sure.
was great having you here, and really looking forward to have you again for your further experiences.
Nice
Yeah.
talking with you, Shashank. Good
Thank
luck with the
you.
chat.
Bye.